OK。じゃあ次のトピックね。そう、今日は一緒に話したかったよ。このね、学校のルールね。で、これ、
学校のルール。
そう、学校のルールだから、学校の校というのと、あとルールの、説明するときにこの則っていう字を使うのね。だから、校則って言ったりする。
校則。
で、日本ではそれ良くないよね、ダメだよねっていうことを、まあ NG も言うけど、ブラックも言うのね。黒い。そう、だからブラック校則っていうと、良くない学校のルールっていうことがわかる。で、この Azumi ニュースの、ニュース何を言ってるかっていうと、ブラック校則、ブラックだね。学校のルールが今までたくさん日本にあるんだけど、この高校が4月から辞めますって決めた。で、どこの高校かっていうのが1文字でわかるの。で、この漢字、都立。で、都っていうのが都道府県の都なの。都道府県、プリフェクチャー。だから都道府県の都って一つしかないでしょ。東京都。
東京都。
東京都のパブリックハイスクール全部が辞めたってことになるの。
OK。
すごいよね。もう一つは同立高校。もし同立って書いてあったら、あ、北海道のパブリックハイスクールが全部で辞めたんだってわかる。でも、県立とかだったら、a lot of options でも、府立高校だったら、大阪府か京都府の2つしかない。はい。ね。で、まあ、東京都がね、これダメだね、ブラックだねっていうことに気づいて、じゃあみんなで話し合おうっていうことになって、で、まあ、生徒や、生徒の意見も聞く、親の意見も聞く、で、一緒に、規則考えますというのを、やったのね。で、結局、まあ、その結果全部の学校が4月から今だね、5つの規則、まあ6つ問題になってる規則があったけど、その中の5つをもうやめます、やりません。
OK。
で決めたの。で、例えば髪の毛の色とかが、黒じゃないとか、髪の毛がまっすぐじゃない時にこれを出してください。証明してくださいとかね。そういう規則があったの。で、ちょっと待って。髪の毛の色や毛がまっすぐでないことを証明する書類を出す規則は続ける学校があります。分かった。じゃあ、5つの規則はやめるって決めたけど、髪の毛の規則を続けるって言った学校があるんだね。
That means that some schools will still require this information.
Still they demand.
Yeah.
はい。
Okay.
教育委員会はこう言ってます。生徒たちが自分たちの学校の規則について考えることは社会に参加する気持ちを育てる教育になると言ってる。で、まあ結構この考え方すごい日本だったらプログレッシブだね。プログレッシブになるの。
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the students can think about their own education and their own upbringing and try and so they're allowing the students to have a voice basically.
そうだね。Basically. そう。That's it. So they treat like students as a kind of, not adult. They always they treat as a not good enough.
Yeah, they're not equal.
Yeah, not equal. That's the fundamental foundation of that society. And they try to change a little bit. Yeah. So, いいことだけど、まあでもこの髪の毛がね、まっすぐでないことを証明する書類を出すとか、つまりすごいそれが重要だと思ってるんだよね。他にはどんな規則がなくなったかっていうと、例えば下着、underwear のカラー、underwear color, like socks color。そういうの。
Yeah, one of my schools has they have rules about their socks. Yeah, the socks.
靴下の色。
Yes.
ね、面白い。どう思った？ What do you think about that?
I was surprised. I learned about it 2 years ago and I was surprised because I noticed one of my students was really happy, and I asked her why, and she said, "We just had a school meeting, and we decided that next year we can wear blue socks." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know that you couldn't wear blue socks, but yeah. Yeah, I was surprised to hear that. I didn't know about underwear though. That's surprising to hear.
あ、本当？ここにあるね。下着の色の指定。うん。
I don't. How do you check that?
I know. But the point is, when you have a PE class, you're gonna change your clothes, and
Oh, yeah.
basically they change in a same room, not
Yes.
private space. That's why you have to expose your underwear probably.
Yes.
And
Yes.
in that case, they don't wanna let them see other people wearing like colorful underwear for some
Yeah.
reason. But
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about hair?
So yeah, I mean, I teach a lot of students whose hair is naturally not black. I mean, in Japan, most people's hair is naturally black. But I think I teach quite a few students who have dark brown hair. And I teach a few students who are mixed race. And like 3 of my students are half white, and their hair is brown. And I don't know, you know, I think it'd be ridiculous if they had to show proof that their hair was brown.
And so think about it. If, you know, they are the parents whose there are students whose parents, one of parents is foreigner, then okay, it's so easy to like show that okay, my mother is foreigner, and you can see his passport or mother's passport. Then you basically it's so different, like, you know, that racially it's so okay, different ethnicity 100%. Then you
Yes.
can accept anything because
Yes.
it doesn't guarantee the color or the quality of the hair. Essentially, you just accept since they are falling, you know.
Yeah.
They have falling identification.
Yes.
Then it doesn't guarantee anything in the end. Then it doesn't help. So if they change their color or they change their like palmering their
Yeah.
hair
So
at
yeah.
all.
So the students who are mixed race could dye their hair.
Yeah, because
Or they could get perms because they would just get away with it because they're foreign. Yeah.
because they are foreign, and Japanese people just see foreigners just one group of foreigners.
Different.
And, and they would permit anything because of just they are categorized in foreign group now.
Yeah.
And just more like the society become diverse, the more exposed how ridiculous these rules are.
Yes. But on the other hand, I know I have quite a few Japanese students who I believe are like both parents are Japanese, and these students have like very curly hair, or they have like slightly brown hair, but they're still like 100% Japanese.
Yeah, it's still possible.
So I think it'd be silly of them to have to prove that their hair was natural because it's possible to have curly hair and brown hair as a Japanese person. And also it doesn't even really matter.
In the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. Like, this trend. I hope like all the school can follow this trend. Yeah.
Me too.
Is there any like interesting rules you find in Japan?
Huh.
School rule.
Okay. Well, there's one school rule that I actually think is pretty good.
Oh.
I really like the fact that students cannot. I don't know if they're not allowed to bring their smartphones to school or if they're just supposed to keep them in their backpacks turned off. But I have never seen a student with a phone at my school. And I think that this is a pretty good rule because it allows them to be present the entire day. Like, of course, they're physically present, but also their mind is present the whole day. Like, they're not being distracted by social media or anything like that while at school.
So school has a clear rule for that?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Because I've heard that they're not allowed to bring their phones to school, and I have never seen one. But as soon as I see my students outside of school, like on the weekends, they're glued to their phone.
Glued.
So I know, yeah. So I know they have a phone, and I know and they talk to me about smartphone games, and they talk to me about Twitter and YouTube. So I know that the children are using the internet and phones in their own time. So I think it's good that the school allows them to have a break from that.
Right. Yeah.
Because as I get older, I'm seeing the negative side of having a phone. And I think exposing children to that at an earlier age is I think exposing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's addictive. It's like it's a drug.
Yeah, it's a drug. Yeah, and the kids need to train themselves how to manage it. Without it, it's really just drug. Yeah, and if school doesn't have the power to train them to how to deal with smartphone, at least they should restrict smartphone from them. Yeah, so
it does allow them. I mean, at school, the only thing they can entertain themselves with are each other and books and games, like games to play with each other, not video games. And I think that's a good way. I think that's good. I just think that's a good thing. It allows them to grow.
Yeah, present. There are a lot of presents there, so don't ignore.
Yes.
Yeah, and we don't need electricity for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we are humans evolved without smartphones and video games and all that. So I think it's a good thing for children to be able to play with each other and interact with each other without the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the internet is bad or smartphones are wholly bad, but I don't think they're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think without smartphone, they can become more creative, like how they can be fun without it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good discussion, Parker さん。今日はどうもありがとう。これぐらいにしときますから。アウトロ。Now I'm playing outro music. Thank you so much today. 楽しかったね。
Yes, 楽しかった。
楽しかったね。So I think the core of this discussion I'm always feeling is Japanese people really need to respect younger people and the Confucianism, like how it's problematic. We really need to admit, and like how we can show the respect to the younger people while educate them or train them.
Yeah.
That's something they need to learn. They go to the higher level society.
And if you teach the young people that, then they'll grow up to think that way, and they'll do that to their young people.
Yeah, no. Then gradually we can change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I learn ageism and adultism.
Yeah.
And especially it is called adultism, and so like Japanese people are full of adultismist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, when I talk to children, especially, I mean, not even especially, when I talk to like even young children, I try to treat them like they're equal to me. Yeah.
I think
because I don't think kids even want to be treated like they are stupid, because kids are not stupid.
Right. Do you usually talk to them with English?
I talk to 小学生 in Japanese most of the time.
Okay, good.
And I talk to the 中学生 in both, depending on the student.
Okay. Because if you speak to Japanese, it's so obvious what's the stand you're gonna take, you know. But if it's English, you don't have to decide, kinda.
Yeah.
It's all the action, basically all the action. But in Japanese language, if you start to speak, it's exposed. What's the stand you are taking for that particular people, speaker?
Based on the words you use?
Yeah. Based on the language.
Yeah.
So I think English is more flexible in that point. But anyway, ありがとう。じゃあまた喋ろうね。また喋ってくれる？
Okay. Yeah, of course. わかった。
じゃあ今日はこの辺です。見に来てくれてありがとう。じゃあまたね。
バイバイ。